I understand that in addition to orchestral and chamber works, you like to compose large-scale multimedia works. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. My interest in multimedia has always been with combining moving images and live music. It's something I picked up when after my master's, I went to The Hague for a year. I took time off and I actually stopped composing. And I went to the Koninklijk Conservatorium, and there I focused on two things: improvisation and making video pieces that somehow had a musical quality. And very quickly I got fascinated with how do you create a musical composition using images as part of the fabric of music. In the same way we think of instruments in time, and how do you think of images in time, and how can images distort, and how do they interact with the sound. So I'm interested in creating a totality. We live in a visually dominated culture, so it's always been about how do you find a way for the images to also give way for the music to lead this collaboration between sounds and image. And for example, in my piece Prisoner Cinema, the first 2 minutes of the piece starts off in complete black screen, because this piece has an interesting story. Prisoner Cinema is this phenomenon where people have visual hallucinations because they've been in visually deprived environments for long periods of time, either solitary confinement or deep meditation or things like that. And what they report is that they will have sudden flashes of very vivid images, but the images themselves are not completely defined. They can't quite pinpoint all the details, but it's very vivid. And I was fascinated by that, so I created this really rich sound world, and then there would be these flashes of images that would kind of intersect with the music. And as the piece goes on, those flashes would get stronger and stronger. The music was kind of like oozing apart. And then there's this point in the middle where the images completely take over and the sound just falls apart. And then there's just a change of image every few seconds, and it leads you through this whole big silence. And then the music comes back in. So I'm interested in balancing those two out and creating something that that I find very interesting, I haven't seen before and so forth.